All right, injuries. Deshaun Jackson, hamstring. He's going to have an MRI. Not sure how long he'll be out. Duke had a wrist fracture, dislocation. He'll get an MRI. And then Justin Rogers, plantar fasciitis thing, whatever, came out. He'd probably be a couple days. D. Hall had a rib contusion. He came back. Morgan Moses hurt his eye. He came back.
Jay, you guys go out there and you do some good things, but in the end, it kind of felt like last year in a way, with the defense falling apart, the special teams. What did it feel like out there to you?
Well, it felt like our guys were competing. Number one, I felt good about where we were the first half. We did some good things. The whole game we did some good things on both sides of the ball. We just didn't make enough plays, you know. We dropped a couple interceptions, hit us in the chest. We had a couple penalties that really damaged our field position and down and distance. A lot of self-inflicted wounds, but credit the Miami Dolphins. Coach Philbin did a nice job there in the second half, and we didn't come out with the same attitude, I guess, in the third, fourth quarter. But they returned punt, hurt us, obviously. But I'm not going to be down. I'm upset that we lost, but I think there's a lot of good things going on. I feel like we're competing. I feel like we're playing physical football, and that's what I like. I think there's a lot to build off this game.
Coach, the second interception by Kirk, it looked like there was some controversy whether or not the gentleman was in bounds. Was there a review done by you automatically? Or
it's automatically done by the booth. I want to review it again, make him look at it again, but he said it was confirmed by the booth. All turnovers are confirmed by the booth.
Looked like early on with the play calling, you were trying to remain balanced, stick with the run, like you said. Was that designed to kind of ease pressure on Kirk, or what was your...
That's what we want to do. You know, we want to run the ball. You know, we ran the ball, I think, 35, 36 times in this game, threw it 27. So we like to have that ratio, personally. I do like that. We are going to run the ball this year. I've stated it before. I'll state it again. And sometimes when you want to commit to something, you stick with it. And we did that tonight. And it looked like we were conservative, but the penalties there, the holding on the one drive coming out from our own end zone killed us. But overall, I'm encouraged by the way we ran the ball, Alfred, and obviously Matt Jones when he came in there.
Jay, I guess it didn't end up mattering, but with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left, you could have burned a timeout right there at the end of the game, and instead you let it go down to the 2 minutes to keep the two timeouts. Mm-hmm. You just walk through the thought process on that.
Oh, it's easy. You know, we got a loss of 6. Right, I let it go down to 2 minutes. I saved myself two timeouts in case they decide to throw it on third down. The incompletion would get me a free timeout. Otherwise, I don't lose but 5 seconds maybe. So that's why.
Had a number of drives, you know, that well inside Miami territory that stalled. You came away empty. Did you see any theme on those, or just stuff you got to work on?
Same. You know, I got to check out the film, but we did have some opportunities there. You know, it's frustrating because we did have some opportunities there, both sides of the ball, and we got to punch it in. You know, after the fumble that we got at the 40-yard line, we got the ball 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. You know, I think that's our most disappointing. That's disappointing. We got to convert that. We had the momentum. We went 3 and out and punted it right back to them. But you know, that's a very good defensive football team they have at Miami, and they're going to do their share of good. And I feel like we competed very well, but it wasn't good enough tonight.
Jay, with Deshaun going out early in the game, did that alter any of your game plan?
Yeah, absolutely, it did. He is, you know, anytime you lose a guy that runs a 4.2, 5.40, you know, it's going to damage some of your play action shot games, you know. And then the first one we threw to him, you know, he had a step, and I believe he would have caught it if he didn't pull his hammy. It's a great throw by Kirk, and that was the last we saw of him. And we had about 7 or 8 more built in for him, designed for him, or to at least clear out and get Deshaun across the field or what have you. So it was a big loss for us. But, you know, like I said before, Deshaun goes out, Ryan Grant, Andre, Crowder, they're just going to have to step up. We got Ross still ready to roll.
A lot of discussion about Cousins coming into this. How did you think he played?
I think he played good. You know, the first interception was 3rd down and 20, backed up. And he just threw it to Jordan. Jordan was looked at him and then saw the scramble, and Jordan took off. We work on our plaster scramble drills, and Jordan took off to try to get open, and Kirk threw it. It was just one of those bad luck things. And then the second one was just a great play by their kid on the corner route. So, you know, they made the tough interceptions, the tough plays, and we did not make enough tough, tightly contested plays. But I think he played very well overall.
Jay, everyone was talking about Miami's defensive line coming into this game. How do you feel like your offensive line held up, especially the young guys?
They did good. I do. You know, we didn't ask Kirk to drop back and, you know, throw a lot of deep in-breaking routes and all that stuff this game. We wanted to run the ball, hit some of our play actions, and then third down, we'll try to pop a couple runs or we'll drop back and throw it. And I think for the most part, Morgan and Brandon and their first game together, I'm happy with the way they played. It's really something for our offensive linemen, tight ends, running backs, our offense to really feel good about. If you are going to feel good about a loss, it's something to feel good about when you rush for over 100 yards against the front like that. So it's really something positive to build off of. Hate to lose at home, but if we're going to take some positives, I'm happy the way our offensive line played.
Can you go through the 4th and 7th play and what Kirk would have seen at the line of scrimmage, who got free?
He did a great job, Kirk. It was cover zero. They had one more rusher than we could block, and that's cover zero. Jordan was going to cross face of that safety, and that safety jumped inside him, and Jordan took it up top. Kirk had to get rid of it, and that's something that, as a receiver, we can't do. He was supposed to cross face, and we'll get that coached up. It was a great play by their defense, great play by their safety. That's the only choice Kirk had. We had another one to Andre over there on the other side, but that was our rule. Cross face, cover zero. Just didn't work out. A great play by them.
Jay, what was the Miami offense able to do better in the second half?
They hit a couple, some of their jet sweeps. They started running zone read. They lost their tight end there early in the game, so they were, forced to be a little bit more spread. And I think they did a nice job. And Tannehill did an excellent job. He hung in there, and Landry made some big plays. They were just kept us off balance a little bit and made some plays on third down that were, that hurt us. But, overall, I think our defense competed, and we have a lot we can clean up. But the one thing you're looking for as a coach when you come away from a football game is how hard are they playing, how hard are they competing. I feel like they are playing hard and competing. They all stay together, which is a good thing right now.
Jay, I know it's only been one game, but why exactly do you feel like this year will be different than last year based off what you saw there today against the Dolphins?
Yeah, I feel like we have a different room in there. I feel like guys are competing, they're staying together, and I didn't see a lot of heads down when they came off the field. There's a lot of plays there. They returned a punt for a touchdown. They took the lead. I didn't see anybody hang their heads and say, "Oh, here we go again. This is BS" or whatever. Man, they strapped it up, and we took the next drive right down there, and it was a bang play, and they made it. We didn't. So we're on the right track. It doesn't seem that way by you guys, but I know we are.
Jay, there were a lot of Miami fans out there. With it being game 1 of the season, did you A, notice that, and B, if you did, what'd you think of that?
No, I didn't notice it at all. I know that we have a lot of fans here that are very passionate and loyal here, and that's the only ones I care about.
Jay, just ask on that punt return. What did you see? What happened on that play?
I think it was a hell of a punt by Tress, and we just didn't get the coverage that we usually get. Our flyer got pinned outside there, and the guy made Sundberg tried to make a play there, but overall they just blocked it well. We didn't get off blocks. It comes right down to it. Sometimes you can outkick your coverage, and maybe did that a little bit, but we got to get off blocks and make that play. And Jarvis is one heck of a football player. He's a great punt returner, and he made the most of his opportunity there. We didn't.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.